Hello everyone, it's nice to see you. My name is Kateryna Holub and I'm a teacher of English at School 219, and today we are going to talk about the population of the UK. By the end of the lesson you will be able to spot the difference between the four nationalities of the United Kingdom. So first let's have a look at the British. Some facts about these people. People have lived in the United Kingdom for about 30,000 years. Today, about 13% of the people living in the UK were born outside the country. More than 300 languages are spoken in the UK. French was the official language of the UK for more than 300 years, between the 15th and the 18th centuries. The British drink about 165 million cups of tea every day. And of course, the British are famous for being extremely polite, saying thank you and please all the time. And now, let's look at the UK closer. What do we know about this great country? First, the official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, the full name of the country. Next, the area is 241,930 kilometers. And the capital, of course, we know it's London, and the official language is English. Population is 38,134,000. About this. And the currency is the British pound. United Kingdom, Great Britain or the British Isles. What's in a name? Nationality or national identity can be a complex issue for those who are from Britain. Well, now let's listen to some information about the Brits.
Britain and the British. The United Kingdom is a multinational country today, but its people make up a unity. They call themselves British. Everyone who was born in Britain is British. But don't call a Welsh or Scottish person English. He won't like it. Only people from England can be called English. People from Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland are not English. They are Scottish or the Scots, Welsh, and Irish. More than 56 million people live in Britain. Many of them live in big industrial cities like London. Manchester and Liverpool, for example, are the biggest industrial cities in the center of England. Other industrial cities are Leeds, Birmingham, Sheffield, and others. Such cities as Plymouth, Portsmouth, and Liverpool are big ports where many sailors and fishermen live. Bristol is not a very large port. It is smaller than others, but it's very beautiful because it's a royal port. Stratford-upon-Avon is a very interesting town and the birthplace of famous Shakespeare. There is a church where he is buried. Everyone in Britain speaks English. But in some parts of Scotland and Wales, people speak different languages as well. The Welsh are especially proud of their language. They like to speak Welsh, to sing songs in Welsh, and when you travel, you can see road signs in Welsh all over Wales. Everyone in the UK speaks English, but they all speak it differently. A Scottish person has to listen carefully if he wants to understand a Londoner or a Welsh person.
Beyond the geographical terms, it's impossible to separate the nationality and the national pride. Everyone's passport describes them as the British citizens, but many will choose to identify themselves as the Northern Irish or Welsh, for example. So how do we call people from the different parts of the UK? England, English, someone from England, the English, the people of England, Englishman or Englishwoman. In Scotland, Scot, the Scots, the people of Scotland. Scottish is relating to Scotland, its language or culture. Scotsman or Scotswoman. Welsh, the language that some people speak in Wales. The Welsh, the people of Wales. Welshman or Welshwoman. Irish, someone from Ireland, relating to Ireland, its language or culture. The Irish, the people of Ireland. Irishman or Irishwoman. People tend to be passionate about their nationality, and most Scots, Welsh or Northern Irish hate being labeled as English. Many feel their countries forgotten or overlooked from people abroad. Each of the home nations, England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, has a unique culture and heritage. That means that they stand apart. There are different languages such as Gaelic or Welsh or Cambridge, which are spoken in different parts of the UK. Different parts of the UK have different saint patrons and national holidays. And perhaps the most important separation between these parts is that each part has their own football team. Well, now let's watch the videos and find the differences. First is England.
This is London, and behind me are the Houses of Parliament. Parts of these buildings are more than 900 years old. This is where the laws of the UK are debated and created. The United Kingdom is actually made up of 4 different countries: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Each nation has its own culture and heritage. The population of England is around 50 million people. The English are known for drinking tea, the Queen, and talking about the weather. But what are we really like?
The English are a tolerant people.
They're just enchanting. The English people is very nice.
They're so polite and so friendly.
Well, what's new in Scotland?
Scotland is in the north of Britain. Just over 5 million people live there. It's been part of the UK since 1707. Edinburgh is the capital city and home to the Scottish Parliament. The Parliament building is a work of art in itself. Scotland has some unique customs, wearing tartan kilts, playing the bagpipes and tossing the caber, a very large post. For over 60 years, the Edinburgh Festival has celebrated art, theatre and culture.
The next is Wales.
Wales is on the western edge of Britain. It also used to be a separate country, but has been part of the UK for over 400 years. Nearly 3 million people live in Wales.
One of its symbols is a red dragon found on the national flag. The Welsh Assembly is in the capital city, Cardiff.
The Welsh are proud of their language, and 20% of the people speak Cymraeg. Most signs are in English and Welsh. Singing is an important tradition in Wales. People working in coal mines in Wales originally formed male-only choirs. They're still popular today.
Well, I joined the choir because I met a couple of students, Welsh boys. They brought me here, loved singing. I'm in the choir.
the choir sings in Welsh, so you have to be willing to try and pronounce the language, but you definitely don't have to be Welsh to be a member of the choir.
Well, as for me, Cambridge differs a lot from the English language. Try to find examples in the internet. And the last is North Ireland.
Northern Ireland is also part of the United Kingdom. The country is home to just under 2 million people. The capital is Belfast, and for many years, Northern Ireland was a place of conflict. This beautiful country was considered a dangerous place to visit. The Troubles lasted until recent years, when the peace process brought both sides together.
Now, both sides share power in the Northern Ireland Assembly. The flag most often used for Northern Ireland shows the red hand, a symbol with a long history in this part of Ireland, and a crown which shows links to the rest of the UK. The culture of Northern Ireland is rich in myth and legend. One story says that the rocks forming the Giant's Causeway were thrown there by an Irish giant during a fight with a Scottish giant. Irish dancing is popular in Northern and Southern Ireland and has been exported around the world.
Irish dancing is special because you have to have good posture, arms by your side and crossed feet. I love Irish dancing because it's great exercise and a lot of fun.
The four countries of the UK have different traditions, but those differences are also strengths and make the UK what it is today.
Well, now you see and understand why this country is really a mix of nationalities. Well, now let's do the task with the information we have already listened to in the previous exercise. The task is to put the pictures and the words in different groups, which correspond to the parts of the United Kingdom: Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Here is the flag of England. The next, talking about the weather. Who likes talking about the weather? Of course, English people like talking about the weather. They speak about a lot. London. London is the capital of England. Kilts. Kilts is the national costume of Scots. Peace process. We have already listened to this information in the video. The peace processes were in Northern Ireland. And the flag also corresponds to the Northern Ireland. Tea. Well, who likes drinking tea? Of course, English do. The next is the flag with the dragon is the flag of Wales. The man with the bagpipe and in a kilt, it's of course a Scotsman. Next is the flag of Scotland. Belfast is the capital, of course, of the Northern Ireland. Cardiff corresponds to Wales. Edinburgh. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. Cambridge. We have already listened to it when we watched the video about Wales. It's the national language of Wales. Dancing is popular with Irish. And the choir goes to Wales. Well, this is it. The next task is to complete the gaps with the words in the box. So what do we have in the box? 3 million, 50 million, 60, 20, 2 million and 5 million. The first sentence is, just over people live in Scotland. Well, we already know that 5 million people live in Scotland. Nearly live in Wales. Nearly 3 million people live in Wales. Northern Ireland is home to just under, which should we take, 2 million people. The population of England is around 50 million. Yes, it's the highest population. The Edinburgh Festival has celebrated art, theatre and culture for over, what have we got? 60 years. And about 20% of Welsh people speak Cymraeg. Well done. And now let's practice the use of English. The task is to choose the best variant and put it in the sentence. The first is, the population of the UK is over 57. Which word to use? Of course, we choose million. Million people. Foreigners often call the British the English, but the Scots, the Irish and the Welsh do not consider themselves to be the English. Well, we check. And the next one. There are about 5 million Scots, over 3 million Welsh, and approximately 2 million Irish. 20% of people live in the country and the rest in towns, and the best variant is cities. Well done. The next. English is the official officer, of course, the official language of the UK. The next. English is the second most widely spoken language in the world. It has become one of the world's most important languages in politics, trade and cultural relations. It is the official language not only of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, but also of the United States of America, Australia and New Zealand. It well, the best is used as one of the official languages in Canada, South Africa and the Irish Republic. And of course, it's correct. It is also spoken as the second land, large land, and here is language in India, in many African countries, and Pakistan. Well done. So the next time when you ask someone who speaks British English if he is English, don't be surprised if he says no. You see how they are passionate about their national identity. And the home task for you is to think about these questions. Have you been to any of the countries in the United Kingdom? Would you like to go where and why? And what similarities are there between the United Kingdom and your country, our country, Ukraine? Well, you were great students, and I hope that the home task will be very easy for you. So thank you for the lesson, and see you next time.
Уроки на телеканалі Київ – це не тільки пізнавально і корисно, а ще й легко та цікаво. Хочеш більше? Всі наші уроки на нашому YouTube-каналі. Переходь за посиланням або QR-кодом, що бачиш на екрані. І навчайся з телеканалом Київ з задоволенням.